Once your weaving is its desired length, it's time to cut it off the loom. So first you're going to want to squish it down, creating as much space as possible from the weaving to the top. The top of the weaving is always the side that has the strings that you tied to the top of the loom. You can also weave all the way up to the top. Just wait one moment and you'll see what to do and how to pop them off there. Cut the warp threads, giving yourself as much warp room as possible. And you'll tie off the warp strings using a regular knot. So you can see how I do that here, over and around. Pull it tight. Be careful not to pull it too tight or you could end up with a wonky weaving. Just kind of want to meet it right at its edge, and you'll tie them all the way across until you get to the end. You'll notice an odd number left, so you'll group the two strings together and tie them as if they're one. And now you're going to gently pull your weaving off the loom from the other end. Make sure you get all the strings that might be caught. And you see I'm gently just pulling the weaving away from the loom. If your weaving was scrunched tight like mine, you can simply stretch it out and it should fill in any space. And now you see the messy back of your weaving. I like to start by tucking in all warp threads just to make it cleaner. So there's two ways that you can do this. The first way requires a darning needle or a yarn needle or some kind of dole needle. Go 3 stitches in, thread the needle, and pull it through, so you're tucking the warp threads into the weaving. And you see it's hidden from the front. Another option if you don't have a needle or if you don't feel like putting in that extra work is you can just simply cut off the ends. Cutting them works. It makes me a bit nervous because if the knot were to come undone, you don't leave yourself any slack to work with. So I like to double check the knot, tighten it again, and then snip. As for hiding all the loose strings on the back side of your weaving, you're going to do it exactly how you just did the warp strings. So you can either tuck them into 3 stitches, so put your needle in through 3 stitches, thread it and pull it through. Or you can tie a knot at the base of the warp thread and cut off the excess. And you'll see here while I'm doing this, I'm continuing to shape it between my fingers. It's a good time to play with your weaving, shape it between your fingers, pull it, stretch it, get it to the shape it would like to be. The string is malleable and it'll work with you. So again, just tying off the end there. And you can see if you have 2 strings right next to each other, I'll just tie them together similar to how we did the warp threads. Sometimes it can be easier and it secures 2 strings at once and then you can just cut off their ends.